So if Joe Burrow does really well here, leads LSU to this upset victory, then there's reason to believe come late April, he could be the #1 pick in the entire draft.
Yeah, I mean, I think what Joe's shown so far has been really impressive. And even if he doesn't pan out too well in this game, I think he could still vault himself above Tua by the time draft comes around, because we look at some of the other quarterbacks who've gone high in the draft in recent years. We could look at, like, even Daniel Jones jumped up in the draft. He didn't go #1, but it's not like he had some big signature win against an Alabama-rated team. If he throws the ball as well as he has consistently, and they're in this game, they don't have to win it, and he continues to play well throughout the course of the season, and he keeps that completion percentage up near 70 or almost near 80 as it is now, then I think there's no reason to keep him behind Tua, because I think the argument against Tua is there's so much talent around him, and they throw those passes behind the line of scrimmage. He gets credit for a 30-yard touchdown when he threw it 2 yards behind the line of scrimmage many times with a quick screen.
Yeah, no doubt the talent around, too. Doesn't have the great running back this year. That's the one thing missing from that Alabama offense. But no question, when you look at a guy like Jerry Jeudy, Henry Ruggs III, and Devontae Smith, and Jalen Waddle, the sophomore, is going to be as good as any of those guys by the time he's finished. That is phenomenal talent around. He doesn't have Irv Smith Jr. at tight end. So he doesn't have the big-time running back, the big-time tight end, but certainly the wide receiver talent's enormous. But I think when you look at these three, the reason I think it's important that you don't have stumbles, because you're still competing. Now, if you're talking about draft position, that's why it's important. If you're talking about who's going to be the best pro, it's really not. But I think when you look at the Tua situation, Justin Herbert coming off a great game against USC, he's got enormous talent from an arm strength standpoint, size, athleticism. We saw that against USC, and we'll see that moving forward. So there are three quarterbacks all battling right now. It's a three-horse race, guys. And Jacob Eason would be the fourth guy at Washington. I hope he goes back for another year. Then it would be three big-time quarterbacks next year with Trevor Lawrence, Clemson, Justin Fields, Ohio State, and then Eason. So we could, guys, have three top 10 quarterbacks this year, three top 10 quarterbacks next year, which is phenomenal for the NFL because they need that influx of young talent at the quarterback position.
Mel, you're high on the quarterbacks. You've mentioned them. You've got three of them in your top six. Are those guys actually franchise quarterbacks, though?
Well, they're going to be expected to be. And does that mean they will be? Quarterbacks, a lot of success or failure is dictated by personnel around you, continuity in a system, coaching, all that factors in to how a quarterback plays and once he's in the National Football League. But all three of those quarterbacks this year and the three next year, in addition to several others, will be expected to be, I just say, just be a really good starting quarterback. And if you're that, then you're okay. And I think we're all looking at guys that either stink or they're great. There's never really an in-between at quarterback when we're talking about these guys. So I think when you look at these guys, sure, they will be expected to be the franchise quarterback. Tua, left-handed Drew Brees. Joe Burrow reminds me a little of Tony Romo. And Justin Herbert, I'll tell you, you can't question the size, the arm, the talent. What you want to see with him is a little more precise passing and certainly a little bit better awareness in the pocket. If that improves, I think Justin Herbert will be right up there with Burrow and Tua.
You just criticized us for overhyping these quarterbacks, and then you just said they were like Drew Brees and Tony Romo. I mean, those are great quarterbacks.
Everybody wants comps, guys. Every question I get from producers, give me a comp. Give me a comp. Okay. That's what McShay and I do in every position.
It's your job to give us some mediocre-ass comps. So we coming out with these Hall of Fame comps.
Right. And then you're going to blame it on the producer.
I like Tony Romo as a quarterback. I thought it was pretty good.
Hey, Mel, there's one name that you left off, Jalen Hurts, who's been in that Lincoln Riley system. Where do you see him as a bona fide, legitimate NFL quarterback on the next level? I
think he's developing into that. Nobody ever thought he would be, based on what we saw. But the development started 2 years ago at Alabama. He looked like a different quarterback from what he was. So it's not just what's happened at Oklahoma with Lincoln, who's done a great job, no question about it. He is a quarterback whisperer, and he is a great offensive mind. But I think it started under Nick Saban at Alabama there. And I think when you look at where Jalen is right now at Oklahoma, he could end up being a 4th or 5th round pick. Not early, but I think day 3 is where somebody brings him into the fold. And hey, let's face it, you're going to see what happens. Nobody's going to define what kind of quarterback Jalen Hurts is going to be. Nobody's going to know. But you know there's a kid who's got enormous skill set in terms of the mindset of a quarterback he has, the willingness to work and do all the things necessary to develop that talent that he has. The monumental leap in terms of his passing was there. It was definitely something you could say, I saw it, I noticed it. Gotcha. So, yeah, is there something to work with Jalen Hurts? Yes. Is he going to be a 1st, 2nd, or 3rd round pick? I don't think so.
I like it. So Jalen Hurts, his comp is Tom Brady, I'm sure. So the other question, that I have for you is there was a lot of talk after Lamar Jackson had that big game against the Patriots. There was some talk, Chris Collinsworth and people afterwards said that this is going to change the way teams scout quarterbacks, and they might believe that they can put together something like what Baltimore has. Is it too early to see the mindset of NFL front offices changing, or do you think that's a possibility that we'll go to a point where Lamar Jackson, a similar type player, and obviously no one is as good as him, a similar type player won't go at the end of the first round, but he might go near the front of the first round?
Well, good luck trying to find the level of Lamar Jackson.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the thing. This is a unique talent. The Ravens did something that nobody else thought was possible. They're winning with this type of offense. Everybody was ripping it. Everybody was ripping Lamar Jackson. Why are they doing this? They can't win. It's not sustainable. The only thing is, can he stay healthy? He's taking hits. He's running the football. He's doing things you never thought you would do with a franchise quarterback, which what right now Lamar Jackson is. So they're putting him out there, letting him do what he has to do to be successful. The only thing is, it can all come crashing down if he gets hurt. And everybody's going to say, oh, you can't win with a quarterback runs that much. So if he stays away from injury, Lamar Jackson has proven to be a dynamic weapon at quarterback that nobody has an answer for right now.
I understand that criticism about Lamar Jackson's health, but if we look at the quarterbacks that got hurt this year, like all of them got hurt in the pocket. There's not too many people running out getting hurt. Like people are getting rolled up on.
I remember RG3 though getting hit by a Lodinata when he was running. So you never know. It only takes one shot, that one kill shot that can knock you out. And if that happens, everybody's going to be wondering, why did you ever think you could win or put a quarterback in this situation week after week? So you know how it goes, guys.
RG3 was in the backfield when Haloti Nada hit him, and also RG3 had a particular. He's the backup for Lamar right now. He had a particular.
He was moving when Nada hit him. He was moving down the field when Nada hit him.
On a regular basis. Not all quarterbacks run with their chin out the way RG3 used to.
Well, RG3 was a star until he got hurt, guys. He was big time until he got hurt.
Yep.
All right, Mel, thank you so much for joining us. Please do not let Dominique sass you.
Mel and I Baltimore guys,
was Lamar until he got it. RG3 was taking this league by storm, just like Lamar is right now, till a Haloti Nada hitting.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.